What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, and hey, I have a more in-depth product review for you on today. First and foremost, as you guys know, I am a brand ambassador for Union Sport, and they specialize in saddles. They have the Moselle Saddle, they have the SAALE Saddle, and they also have the Hearts Saddle. And all of those saddles are very good saddles, very epic saddles for each individual rider. And I've only ridden 2 of the 3 saddles. So with that being said, I'm going to give you a product review on the 2 saddles that I have ridden recently. But before I get to that review, I'm going to give you some information about the saddle that I have been riding for the longest period of time. And that saddle is a Specialized power saddle. I don't have that saddle right here right now because it's on Mistress still, but what I do have is I have another rendition of that saddle, and it's called the Power Arc saddle. And the reason why I'm riding that, or was riding that saddle now, is because that saddle has more shape to it. Let me demonstrate. So as you see right here, this is the Specialized Power Arc saddle. It is considered a stub nose saddle. It's shorter in length, and as you see right here, it's very contoured, very shapely. And what that does is it allows my legs to move more freely without those harsh edges of the power saddle. So they came out with the Power Arc, and I rode that. On my power saddle, I've put in well over 10,000 miles on that saddle. I love it. It's an amazing saddle. But I have been blessed to be able to become a brand ambassador for Union Sport. And that put me in kind of a little sticky area because I was so committed to the Specialized Power brand. But you know, I called my mentor and he advised me not to close any doors on anything that may come your way. And so in January and February of this year, I had the opportunity to ride a SAALE saddle, a Union Sport brand, brand specifically. And the reason why I had that opportunity, and this was before I came across the Specialized power saddles, but the reason why I was able to test the SAALE saddle was because I was riding I believe the Specialized Roman saddle, and what happened was on the sides of the channel, the saddle broke on me. I'm gonna show you on the arc. So right in this area, the plastic underneath the saddle actually broke right here. And if I can find the picture, I will upload that picture right here. So I was able, and I was very fortunate enough, from one of the co-owners of a local bicycle shop, he allowed me to borrow his saddle. And so I rode the Union Sport SAALE saddle. I like the saddle, and as I said in the video here, is that it's perfect under the sit bones, and it feels really good. You know, the curvature of the saddle feels tremendous, like it's actually encouraging you to go faster. Well, I had a little issue, and here is the SAALE right here. And it is a titanium rail. This one is titanium. And the issue that I had with this saddle, if I can bring it really close, is the way that the shell connects with the actual surface of the saddle. If you can see it right there, it looks good, like it goes in. But because you only have 1/8 of an inch difference from the top of the saddle to the actual shell of the saddle, I think because of my Clydesdale weight being over 100 kilograms, roughly like 103 kilograms, 230 pounds, I had some squish factor, which caused my saddle to squish here, which in turn caused me to feel that sharp edge as I was riding. Then I had an issue with the SAALE saddle, was specifically the nose. This nose, so you see here the surface, but you also see how the nose flares outward from the actual saddle itself, from the seat itself. It flares out a little bit, as well as it comes down here. I really like this portion here. This part right here is what I struggle with. But for you smaller riders, you probably will have no problem with this because your legs are probably not as big as mine, nor do you weigh as much as I weigh. And so the beautiful thing is I reached back out to Union Sport, and what they did unexpectedly was they sent me another saddle. And again, they have 3 saddles. They have the SAALE, they have the Moselle, and they also have the Hearts. I received the package in the mail a few days ago and didn't know what it was, wasn't expecting it this fast, probably wasn't expecting it to get in until next year, but they sent me the Moselle. And check the Moselle out. I really like the construction of this saddle. I mean, it's gorgeous. As I said in the video, is that it is very beautifully constructed and put together. You know, they added some additional plastic here to help with the actual channel that goes down the middle, and it really works out. It really works out. Also, if you see here, so they kept the same flare at the bottom right here, but they narrowed this up a lot. It doesn't flare out as much, and I really appreciated that. And so this is also considered a stub nose saddle, just like the Power Arc saddle. So if you look at these 2 saddles, they look very similar one to another. And they're also pretty much the same exact length and size. And I believe it is 145 millimeters. So if you look from the padding here to the padding here, they're roughly about the same size. I believe Union Sport Moselle is a contender to the Specialized Power and Power Arc saddles. They both are all black, and I really love the flare of this saddle. Check it out. You know, the clamor, you know, it goes up here. You know, it has carbon fiber rails. You know, the shell has this little, you know, this little kick out right there. It is really beautiful. Then I like how it has the name Moselle right there with the Union Sport logo right there. This is really beautiful. And then they also have the dual pivot and the honeycomb technology underneath, so that you have some give. And this is actually very cushy, very cushy. It's just it's probably equal cushy to the Power Arc saddle. So the Union Sport saddles are amazing. They're so amazing. I'm setting aside my power to ride the Moselle. And this is not only going to give me power by name, but it's going to give me power by results. And so I'm super excited to be able to ride this Union Sport saddle and to be a brand ambassador for Union Sport in 2018 and 2019. And so I'm looking forward to great things to come riding the Moselle saddle from Union Sport. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. On to the next one with your boy C-Duck, aka Whit. Peace.